7:29, I'm on time. So, welcome, welcome. Excuse me. Hopefully, guys, you're doing okay kasi bad weather tayo. Marami nagkakasakit. I don't know, maybe it's something na normal ngayong mga panahon. So, including me, medyo matamlay ang ating katawan. Kailangan lang siguro ng exercise. Anyway, so welcome everyone, Miss Edita, yan, si Ma'am Edita, magandang gabi. Isabel, Joshua, Christine, Louie, May Aquino, Rodel, magandang gabi guys, everyone, those of you guys na still joining me sa day 2. So, as promised, we're gonna talk about the how the Facebook auction works. Now, paano ba kayo charge ni Meta in terms of your budget? So, basically, kailangan yung maintindihan ito, paano kayo pag nag-run kayo ng ads, paano dinidistribute ni Meta, excuse me, paano dinidistribute ni Meta yung budget po ninyo ah sa auction, no? Let me just double check. Good evening, Sir Joshua. Okay, so right now I'm going to share my screen and let's dive into the uh, the topic for tonight, which is the Facebook auction. How the Facebook auction works. Paano kayo charge ni Meta of your budget. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to present this uh, illustration. So let me know guys if you can see my screen. Type yes in the chat before I move on. Type yes in the chat. You can see it. Yes, yes. Okay. So maraming salamat for typing yes. Okay, so basically, I created the anong tawag dito, the illustration on how the Facebook auction works. Now, although medyo technical kasi ito, so I have to make anong tawag dito, a very simplified illustration kasi kung magda-dive in tayo doon sa anong tawag dito, doon sa mismong technicalities ni Meta, anong tawag dito, baka hindi nyo masundan. So I have to make it simpler na ma-explain sa inyo yung how the Facebook auction works. Paano kayo charge ni Meta in terms of your budget. So basically, if you run an ad inside the ads manager, makikita mo tong different campaign objectives sa left. 'Di ba? So sa campaign objective, meron tayong awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, app promotions, and sales. So, pretty much sure nakita nyo na rin tong ad na to dumaan sa inyo. No, this is the same ad na best performing ad ko for the past 4 years. Running siya up until today. Na-pause ko siya temporarily kahapon because this is gonna be the last batch ng 5-day Facebook Ads Challenge. So, kasi by next week, ano na tayo, Pasko na eh. So, I have to pause the campaign for 2 weeks and then will resume my campaigns by January. Bakit ko pinopause? This is the only time na nagpo-pause ako ng ads. December 3rd week and 4th week, no? Ito lang yung time na nagpo-pause ako ng ads because why not? Kasi 'di ba, most people are busy, so I have to make my spend minimal para at least hindi siya anong tawag dito, hindi pa rin na makalimutan yung brand ko in terms of anong tawag dito, may offer, di ba? So I'm still spending a small amount of budget, pero very minimal lang yun in the next 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks up until January. Now, let's go back to our lesson or our discussion for tonight. The different campaign objective, no? When you boost a post, no, sa lahat po ng mga nandito na ang alam lang po is boost post, ang default po nun is engagement. Okay? Again, when you boost a post, the default of that campaign objective ng boost post ninyo is engagement. Okay, ito po siya. So isa-isahin po natin magmula sa taas sa awareness campaign. When you select awareness, you are telling Meta to find people who are likely to um, recall your brand, no? So let's imagine this is a 10 million na audience size. Itong nakikita nyo, ito 10 million audience size ito. Okay? These people or these audiences were divided into different segments of audience. So, kaya nakikita nyo itong mga mata because you are paying a lowest cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, kapag sinelect nyo yung awareness, ang binabayaran nyo kay Meta is the lowest CPM. Okay, CPM stands for cost per mille. It's a French word, yung meal, cost per meal. It's a French word that represents 1,000. 1,000. No? So, ano tawag dito? Some people will call this cost per message. Pero there's a column in the ads manager, cost per meal or cost per 1,000 impressions. Ito po yung unang metric na binabayaran mo kay Meta. Okay? uh, per 1,000 impressions, sa bawat 1,000 impressions na na-generate mo kay Meta, yun po yung china-charge sa inyo ni Meta. Regardless kung may ginawa yung target audience po ninyo. Kung nanood ng video or hindi, nag-message or hindi, nag-like or hindi, nag-comment or hindi, binayaran nyo po yon the moment po na dumaan po yung ads po ninyo sa newsfeed ng target audience po ninyo. Okay? Kahit po na wala silang ginawa. Okay? The moment na dumaan sa newsfeed nila, kahit nag-message sila or hindi, bayad po ninyo yun. Binayaran ninyo per 1,000 impressions. At dito sa campaign na to, ang binabayaran mo, pinakamurang cost per mil. Okay? Because you want more eyeballs, kaya nga makikita mo puro mata, because you want more eyeballs, more people to see your brand at the lowest cost per 1,000 impressions. Karamihan ng brand na ginagamit itong campaign na to are big brands or big corporations, di ba? Mang Inasal, Jollibee, PNG, basta you name it, the household brands, no? Lahat nung pag pumunta kayo sa CR, sa kitchen, pag nag-shopping kayo, lahat na nakikita niyong mga brands na ito yung ginagamit madalas, yung awareness campaign because they want more eyeballs, di ba? They want more recognition ng brand nila, Nike, Adidas, whatever. Yan. So yun po yung madalas ginagamit, yung awareness campaign. Now, the second one would be the traffic campaign. Ang inuutos mo naman dito kay Meta would be to find more people who are likely to click your link. Okay, because we have online traffic and we have foot traffic, di ba? Gone are the days where you have a business and then you just need to put up a stall somewhere in the market, and then the reason why we're in anong tawag dito, we put a business, the logical reason why we put up a business sa market, sa palengke, because there's a lot of foot traffic. Now, maraming dumadaan, maraming nakakita ng business mo, yung stall mo doon, so ibig sabihin, the potential of people to buy from you is higher because there are people who are, walking around, nagpapass by doon sa, anong tawag dito, sa store mo. Now, nowadays, you don't need that. Kaya nga, di ba, sa Divisoria, sabi daw, medyo mababa na ang kanilang revenue, medyo bumababa na ang number of people na bumibili or pumunta sa Divisoria, hindi na katulad dati. Because what? Online na po tayo ngayon. Okay, so there are a lot of online businesses na hindi mo na kailangan ng stall, hindi mo na kailangan ng foot traffic. You only need what? Online traffic. So basically, you're optimizing for an online traffic at a cheapest cost. You're trying to inuutusan mo si Meta na Meta, I want more people to click my link directly to my websites para makita nila yung kung ano man yung binebenta ko sa website ko. 'Di ba? Kahit nasa bahay ka lang, if you have a website, you can sell anytime, anywhere. Kahit kumbaga may Facebook page ka, you can sell anytime, anywhere. Hindi mo na kailangan na magtayo ng brick and mortar, nung physical store. So in this case, you're just sending traffic to your website. You're telling Meta, find more people who are likely to click my link directly to my website, papunta sa website ko. So you're seeing clicks here, no? Ang binabayaran mo, pinakamababang cost per click or cost per landing page views. Now, the third one would be the engagement. Again, when you boost a post, ang inuutos mo naman dito kay Meta, I want you to find people who are likely to engage with my page. Like send a message, watch your videos, likes, comments, and shares. Send a message nga. More or less, majority nito, mag-i-engage sa page mo, magko-comment, magla-like, mag-share, mag-message. And when you boost a post, you're basically optimizing for engagement, and that's it. Okay, so, well, I'm not saying na hindi ka makakakuha ng benta, but what I'm saying is, if you really want to optimize your campaign into a much efficient way, you need to be able to select a different campaign objective depending on your goal. That's the reason why meron tayong leads dito and then sales. Now, itong leads, basically, you're telling Meta to find more people who are likely to provide their information, their mobile number, their email, and probably answer some of your, anong tawag dito? Answer some of your surveys, no? So these are the leads. So saan mo to ginagamit itong leads na to, no? Madalas ginagamit ito if you're selling a high-ticket product or services. If you're selling life insurance, if you're selling condo, real estate, if you're selling yate, no, yung mga, it would cost the user thousands and millions of pesos. You need a lead. You need leads in order for you to be able to capture their information so that you can nurture them. You can send them a follow-up via their mobile number and via their emails. Or perhaps you can send a message, you can send a follow-up message sa messenger nila. Okay, so that's basically, ito yung ginagamit. It's either engagement or leads. Alin man sa dalawang ito, pwede mong gamitin. Okay, pero most of the time, if you have a landing page or a website, you're gonna need to optimize for leads ito. Okay? So, app promotion, I'm not gonna talk about app promotion because we don't have an app. Hindi naman tayo Foodpanda, hindi naman tayo Grab app. So, I'm not sure kung meron ditong may app. So, kung may aesthetic clinic business po, ano po ang pinakamagandang gamitin sa campaign objective? We can either choose engagement or leads. Alin man sa dalawa. Okay, so you can test both of them. Miss May. Okay? So basically, ano lang yan, ganito lang yan, Miss May. If a person is, it may take some time for a person to decide whether to purchase or to book an appointment, you either select engagement or leads. If your business or if your offer is something that is not pricey, like my offer that's 499 only, diba? 499 pesos. So it's not that pricey, hindi naman siya ganun kamahal. And may nagtanong bakit sobrang mura nung binibenta kong course or binibenta kong training. I'll answer that question on day 5 because that's our topic, using the Facebook ads calculator. No, so basically, Isabel, how about transient business po? I want to increase my page followers. Is it awareness? Miss Isabel, if I were you, I'm not gonna be spending so much of my time anong tawag dito, increasing my followers page, increasing my Facebook page followers. I have a case study that I was able to anong tawag dito, I have a case study sa page ko. If you can follow my page, yun. So that's the best way to ask for followers. Create a valuable content and let them ask them to follow your page organically, not running ads just to increase the Facebook page likes. So it doesn't matter kung ilan lang yung Facebook page mo, Miss Isabel. Now, optimize for engagement and optimize for leads, and eventually you will see your Facebook page followers grows uh, continuously. Okay, so yun lang. And pag digital products po ba, sales po ba objective? Yes, especially kung hindi naman siya ganun kamahal. So you have to, ano. How about resort po? Okay, I think that it's answerable. It's very straightforward. Would you pay something like 30,000 pesos, 50,000 pesos right away? Di ba hindi? So you have to, what? Optimize for leads or engagement. Okay, basta ganito lang yan. Um, Ganito lang yan guys, no? Kapag kapag yung business, stop sharing mo na mabilis lang para at least magkaroon kayo ng context. Kapag yung business mo or yung product mo na binibenta, it would take some time for them to make a decision. For example, tanungin ko muna yung misis ko kasi this is an investment, this is a life insurance offer. So tanungin ko muna yung misis ko, let me check if pasok sa budget or kung kaya pa ng cash flow namin. So basically optimize for leads or engagement. But if this is something na you can buy it right away like 400 pesos, 1,500 pesos, 3,000 pesos, then optimize for sales. Gets? Okay, so let's dive in para at least magkaroon kayo ng idea. May question pa dito. Most of the time kasi non-followers ang na-view ng post ko. Yes, walang problema doon, Miss Isabel. Kahit na padamihin mo ng padamihin yung Facebook page followers mo, only a portion of those followers will see your post. Okay, kahit na 1,000 I'll give you para at least ito, 'di ba? Para magkaroon kayo ng idea, no? Hindi ibig sabihin marami kayong followers, madaming makakita ng post niyo. It doesn't work that way. Okay, example ko na yung page ko. Okay, I have 26,000 followers. I am sure you can see my screen, di ba? I have 26,000 followers. I am running ads since 2021. January 1, 2021. Pag pumunta ka dito sa About section, I started my anong tawag dito? Saan ba makikita yan? About, I believe. Kailan ko ba na-start tong page transparency? Ayan o, January 1, 2021, in-start ko tong page na to. And I only have 26,000 followers. Let's see if magmamatter ba yung 26,000 followers na yon sa number of impressions. Anong tawag dito? Anong tawag dito? Sa video pala. Video views. Video views. Di ba? Kamukha nito, I have 26,000 followers. Pero tingnan mo naman yung views ko. 3.6 lang itong video na to. Ito 1.7, ito 7.5. Ibig sabihin, it doesn't matter kung marami kang followers or wala. Or kung maliit. No, it doesn't matter. Ang kailangan mo dito is what? Conversions. You don't need millions of followers if you don't have conversions. Nagigets po ba? Hindi mo kailangan ng millions of views. Aanhin mo yung millions of views. Aanhin mo yung millions of followers if wala kang conversions. Di ba? So, edi sana naging content creator na lang tayo ng kung ano-ano lang. Kung views lang naman pala yung hinahabol natin. Edi content lang tayo ng katatawanan, content lang tayo ng kung ano-ano lang para magkaroon tayo ng views. Di ba? Pero hindi business po kasi tayo 'di ba? So, yun po yung ano tawag dito, yun yung context po na gusto ko. Okay, so basically we're gonna proceed with our ano tawag dito, lesson, and then I'll be answering more questions dito sa chat, no? So para at least tayo dire-diretso. So basically ganito siya. Leads or engagement if you want to generate contact info nung inyong mga target audience, and then sales if you really want sales. Yung campaigns ko guys, I am optimizing for sales because I want sales. I want more people to join my live training sessions. So basically, for 99 pesos, I optimize for sales because I want sales right away. Okay? Because my offer is a low ticket offer and most people will just, think of it like, okay, it's 499. I'm not gonna be thinking about it like sobrang tagal. If it makes sense, then I'm gonna opt in or I'm gonna pay the 499 pesos. And that's it. Basically, in this campaign objective, you are optimizing for a conversion. Kaya tinawag ko siyang optimized CPM. 'Di ba? Optimized CPM, OCPM ang tawag dito. Optimized cost per 1,000 impressions because you are pushing the algorithm to find people who are likely to become a lead or to buy from you right away. Okay, so that's in context. Now, let's hypothetically say that you are advertiser A and your competitors would be advertiser B and C. Okay? So basically, may tanong dito kanina, sabi niya, what's the ideal budget for your ads? Okay. So I think you'll get a bit of context of what I'm trying to explain here. So basically, again, advertiser A ka, advertiser B would be your competitors, and advertiser C would be another competitor spending a much larger budget. So let's hypothetically say you're spending 100 pesos, 200 pesos per day, and competitor B is also spending the same, about 300 pesos or 250, whatever. So basically, you are targeting people in the tier 1 audience or tinatawag kong low hanging fruit. Ibig sabihin yung nasa laylayan nung kayang abutin ng budget mo. Kaya ko siya tinawag na low hanging fruit because if you can imagine yourself standing at the bottom of an apple tree, 'di ba? And then you're gonna reach out for the apples na mabababa dun sa pinakamababa, kayang abutin ng kamay mo. That's low-hanging fruit. Ibig sabihin nun, that's the amount or the budget na kayang abutin ng budget mo inside the Facebook auction. Na-gets? So, advertiser A ka, you're spending 200, advertiser B, it's almost the same. You're targeting the low-hanging fruit. And Meta is giving you those audiences because Meta wants you to win right away. Ibig sabihin, gusto ni Meta na magkaroon ka ng benta right away because what's gonna happen is, kapag nagkaroon ka ng small wins or ng benta, what's the natural tendency if nagkaroon ka ng benta? Di ba ang natural tendency mo, pag nagkaroon ka ng benta is you want to increase more budget so that you can find more people inside the auction. Nagigets? So basically, once you were able to spend that small amount of budget, sooner or later, that budget or that number of audiences will dry out or will dry up. Okay, bakit? Kasi nga, hindi naman sila ganun karami. Yung tier 1 audience mo, you can just imagine 1 to 3, this is just a representation of audiences sa yung dollar sign na yan. These are just the number of audiences na kayang targetin nung 100 mo, 200 pesos, 300 pesos, or 500 pesos na budget. These are just the audiences na low-hanging fruit kayang abutin nung budget mo. Sooner or later, it will dry up or it will dry out because naubos mo na, na-saturate mo na yung audience mo within the same tier, napakita mo na yung ads within the same audience na natatarget ng ads mo, even if you have a 10 million audience size, okay? Even if you have a 10 million audience size or estimated audience size ni Meta inside the business manager, only a portion of that will be shown to your audience. Let's have a number, let's say only 5,000 people lang or 10,000 people lang ang nakakita out of 10 million based dun sa budget mo na 200 to 300 pesos. And by the time na na-saturate mo na yung tier 1 audience, sooner or later makakita ka ng tinatawag na learning limited. Bakit siya learning limited? Because Meta wants you to have at least 50 conversions in 1 week. Meaning, if you're optimizing for leads, you need to be able to have at least 50 leads captured in the next 7 days or within the 7-day time frame para mag-optimize yung para maka-exit ka sa learning phase na tinatawag. But the problem is, if you are spending a very small budget, it's very impossible na makakuha ka ng 50 conversions in 1 week because, yun nga, maliit yung budget mo na ginagamit. Or maliit yung budget mo on a daily basis. That's the reason why you're not gonna be able to exit the learning phase within the 7-day time frame. Kaya kasi nga, maliit yung budget mo. So definitely, yung tinatamaan ng ads mo, pare-pareho lang. Sila lang din. That's the reason why you're not getting more conversions. Mapapansin mo yan, in the next in the first week or two, maraming nagme-message sa page mo, medyo may nakukuha kang benta. The moment na pumasok ng week 3 yan, week 4, week 5, in the second month, etc., nagda-dry up na siya, nagda-dry down na, dry out, whatever exact word na pwede mong gamitin. Ibig sabihin na uubos siya. Okay, nagdi-deplete, na uubos para siyang ang tawag dito, tubig na pag ininom mo sa baso, pa konti-konti, nauubos siya. Same thing with your audience ads manager, na uubos po siya, nasa-saturate mo. Ang gusto po kasi ni Metang mangyari, you have to increase your budget. You have to increase your budget so that you can find more people inside the auction para mas marami kang tamaan nung ads mo so that Meta will be able to learn more of your audience, no? Meta wants you to increase your budget para mas marami kang tamaan na audience. So from 3 audiences, you're able to get at least marami-rami ka nang tinatamaan. Halimbawa, nasa tier 5 and 6 ka na audience na tinatamaan because you were able to increase the budget from 100, 200 pesos to, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 pesos. So nasa tier 5 audience ka na. At marami ka nang makikitang or marami nang makakita ng ads mo because nga nag-increase ka ng budget. Pero here's the thing. Kung dati nagbabayad ka ng 10 pesos doon sa cost per message mo before, nung sa 100 to 200 pesos pa lang yung binagamit mong budget, technically po talaga, automatically, tataas po ang cost niyan. Okay, from 10 pesos, makikita mo, mag-i-increase na yan from 10 pesos to 40 pesos to 50 pesos, etc. And normal po yun. Okay, normal po na mag-i-increase po yung cost per action. When I say cost per action, it's either cost per message, cost per click, cost per video views, cost per add to cart, cost per purchase, etc. Okay, normal po yun na tataas yung cost mo. Bakit? Kasi nga, marami kayong competitors din within that auction. Diba? So si advertiser, sabi niya, sige, makikipaglaban din ako sa'yo. I'm gonna be spending more of budget so that more people can see my ads. So ayan, nagko-compete kayo within the same tier. Diba? Same tier and tier 5 and 6, nagko-compete na rin kayo dyan. Although marami nga ditong audience, but the thing is, you are also competing against other business owners who are running ads. Diba? So definitely, from 10 pesos, aakit yung cost mo to a much higher cost per result. And by the time you decide to spend, okay, I'm gonna be spending more budget. I'm gonna be spending 10,000 pesos per day or 50,000 pesos per day. Whatever the maximum is, I'm gonna be spending that so that more people can see my ad. Ito ngayon ang problema. Dahil pare-pareho na kayo na max out nyo na yung budget or kumbaga hanggang ang dami nyo nang nagko-compete sa mas mataas na budget. 'Di ba? Pare-pareho na kayo nagko-compete diyan sa top sa tier 9 and 10 na tier 10, 9 and 10 na audiences. Paano na ngayon 'yan? 'Di ba? Kung ako si Meta, ano nang gagawin ko? Kasi pare-pareho na yung budget ninyo. Sino na ngayon ang pagbibigyan ko? 'Di ba? Kaninong ad na ngayon ang mas ipapakita ko? Kasi pare-pareho na kayo ng budget eh. 'Di ba? So, ang mangyayari po noon is magde-decide na ngayon si Meta kung kaninong ad ang mas ipapakita. Meron po kasi tayong tinatawag na bidding system. 'Di ba? Ang auction, ang layman's term po noon is bidding. 'Di ba? Binibid po ninyo yung budget nyo against other competitors. Let me know guys if you can see my screen. Type yes in the chat. Let me know if the whiteboard I mean. Yan. So you can kikita nyo naman. So please wag mo na mag-draw, no? Wag mo na mag-drawing dito. Ako lang muna mag-drawing. So ganito po kasi siya nangyayari guys, no? So let's assume that this is Miss Christine. Yan, si Miss Christine. And let's assume that this is, let's say, si Louie. Si Louie is advertiser A. Di ba? And ito naman si, alam mo, feeling ko itong Miss Christine na to, ikaw yung friend ko sa Facebook. Ayan, si Miss Isabel. Ayan, si Miss Isabel is advertiser B. Ayan, so si Miss Isabel. Yan, advertiser B si Miss Isabel. Si Miss Christine, siya yung target audience ni Sir Louie tsaka ni Miss Isabel. Ang interest ni Miss Christine is mahilig siya sa let's say mahilig siya sa travel. No, yan po yung kanyang interest. Every time may nakikita siyang mga travel destinations, guys, subukan kayo magdo-drawing ha. Every time na may nakikita silang travel destinations, si Miss Christine, pinapanood niya. So, ibig sabihin, meron siyang historical data nung behavior ni Miss Christine na mahilig siya sa travel. So, let's assume na si Sir Louie at saka si Miss Isabel, meron silang travel agency. Okay, sabi ni Sir Louie, Meta, I want you to target Miss Christine with my ads so that makita niya yung ads namin, no? At mag-inquire si Miss Christine. Tapos sabi naman ni Miss Isabel, ako din Meta, meron din kaming travel agency. I want you to target Miss Christine and then I'm willing to spend 500 pesos per day. Okay, the same goes with Sir Louie, sabi niya, sige, willing din ako mag-spend ng 500 pesos per day. And let's assume that both of the advertisers, they launch their ads about 12 a.m., 12 midnight. Pareho na sabay nilang nilaunch yung kanilang ads. Diba, ganyan? So, basically, yung mangyayari po noon, ilo-launch po ni Meta yung kanilang ads pareho. And then, it will serve both of their ads to Miss Christine, yung mga katulad ni Miss Christine na mahilig sa travel. Then basically, Meta will decide or will determine how much is the average cost per 1,000 impressions that Meta will be charging you. So let's hypothetically say that Sir Louie is being charged for about 250 pesos per 1,000 impressions. Kasi di ba ito yung unang binabayaran mo kay Meta? And then the other one, the other advertiser, she is also being charged 250 pesos per 1,000 impressions. But the thing is, napansin ni Meta na yung ad ni Sir Louie, there are more people who are engaging with Sir Louie's ads. No? Maraming nag-inquire, maraming nagbe-message, maraming nanonood ng video, maraming nagko-comment, maraming nagla-like, maraming nag-share. So what's gonna happen is Meta is going to show your ad, yung ad ni Sir Louie, to more people. Okay, the number of impressions will go up and the cost per 1,000 impressions will go down. So kung dating charge siya ng 250 pesos per 1,000 impressions, magiging 200 pesos po yan, magiging 150, and so on and so forth. Bakit? Ano pong nangyayari pagka ganon? Pinifavor po ni Meta yung ads ni Sir Louie because yung ad ni Sir Louie serves the market. Ibig sabihin, yung nagkakaroon po ng indication na mas maganda po yung creatives na pinapakita ni Sir Louie. Okay? That's the reason why Meta will give Sir Louie a much lower cost per 1,000 impressions and Sir Louie's ad will be served to more people at a lowest cost. So, magiging 100 na lang siya. And etc. So, pababa yung cost from 250 halimbawa to 100 to 80 to 60, whatever. So, dito po kasi sa Pilipinas, kapag nag-optimize ka ng sales, especially if you're optimizing for sales using website or landing page, Ang average cost per 1,000 impressions po niyan is about 250 pesos to 350 pesos. If you're optimizing for engagement using messaging campaign lang, you can see a CPM for about 60 to 80 pesos CPM, or sometimes it's 40 pesos CPM. Something somewhere between that numbers. Diba? So, depende po kung anong ina-optimize mong campaign. Now, ano pong nangyayari? Bakit bumababa yung cost ni Sir Louis? No, ang ginagawa po ni Meta doon is nire-reward po ni Meta yung ads po ni Sir Louis because more people are interested, more people are showing interest, or more people are commenting, messaging, watching the videos, etc. Ganun po siya, nire-reward po ni Meta yung ads po ni Sir Louis. On the other hand, kasi nga medyo hindi ganun kaganda yung ads po ni Miss Isabel, ang mangyayari po noon, tataas po yung cost po niya. Dati po nagbabayad siya ng 250, magiging 300 po yan. Magiging 350. Okay, pataas po ng pataas. Ibig pong sabihin, mas maliit po yung, mas kukonti na po yung nakakakita ng ads po niya. Okay, so let's assume this is 500 pesos, ganyan. So anong nangyayari po noon? Kapag mataas po yung cost po ni Miss Isabel, nangyayari po is bababa yung number of impressions ni Miss Isabel. Yung ads po niya mas kukonti yung makakakita. And ang mangyayari po noon, tataas po yung cost per 1,000 impressions po ni Miss Isabel. Mangyayari po noon is pene-penalize po ni Meta yung ads po ni Miss Isabel. Okay, pene-penalize niya because not many people, or not many of her audiences are interested na panoorin yung video niya, mag-comment or mag-like, mag-share dun sa video niya. That's the reason why Miss Isabel is getting a much higher cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, meron po kasing tatlong grading system sa Meta. Tatlo lang naman po yung grading system niya dyan. Below average. Okay, yan po yung grading system ni Meta. Below average, tapos sunod po dyan is average. Okay? Average po yan. And then, ang susunod po dyan is above average. Yan po yung grading system po ni Meta. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kapag nakikita mo puro below average po yung ads po ninyo, there must be something wrong. You need to do something about it because not many people are interested about your ads, and your ads are being shown to your competitors. Okay? So, napansin nyo ba guys? 'Di ba? Ganito. Nung nag-enroll kayo sa akin, by the time na nag-enroll kayo sa akin, maya-maya meron na ring lumalabas na ads ng competitors ko, or vice versa. 'Di ba? Merong nag-enroll kayo sa other course creators katulad ko, maya-maya yung ads ko naman ang lumalabas. Napansin nyo? So yan, sabi ni Christine, yan, yes daw. Ganon din po sa inyo. Ganon din po sa ads po ninyo. By the time na nag-engage yung target audience ninyo sa competitors ninyo, chances are lalabas din po yung ads po ninyo sa kanila, or vice versa. By the time na nag-engage sa inyo yung target audience ninyo, lalabas din po yung ads ng competitors nyo sa kanila. Nag-gets ba? Now, the thing is, ganito yan. Kung lumalabas pala yung ads ng competitors mo sa target audience mo at yung ads mo lumalabas sa target audience mo, and in this case, si Miss Christine yung target audience natin, di ba? Kung both of your ads lumalabas kay Miss Christine will decide who among these advertisers will get my yes. Who among these advertisers will I be able to say yes? Bibiling ko na yung offer mo. Bibiling ko na yung product mo. Bibiling ko na yung services mo. It's up to Miss Christine. 'Di ba? So you do not blame the algorithm. You do not blame Meta. You blame your offer, your process. Okay? Wala po kay Meta yung problema. Ang problema po natin, nasa content po natin, nasa offer po natin, nasa proseso po natin. Now, if you are someone na nag-join dito sa live training session na to because you're trying to find clarity or you're trying to find answers how to target the tamang audience, I'm sorry to say na hindi ko nabigay yung expectations ninyo kasi wala po akong ituturo dun sa ads manager bukas. We're just gonna set up a campaign from scratch and then wala akong ituturo sa inyong interest or demographics targeting. You just need to keep it as broad as it is. Broad open audience targeting 18 to 65 plus and that's it. So kung nag-enroll po kayo para maghanap ng tamang targeting, there's no such thing nowadays because nag-update po yung algorithm ni Meta last October. Ito lang, itong past month lang. Itong October lang na to. It's called Meta Andromeda. So itong Meta Andromeda po na ito, kung mapapansin po ninyo, pag pumunta po kayo ng Ads Manager, naka-hide na po yung interest targeting. 'Di ba? So if I were to share my screen, 'di ba? And then let's say for example, we're gonna run a campaign today. I'm gonna create a campaign. And then let's say I'm gonna choose let's say leads, kunyari, 'di ba? Continue. And then I'm gonna head over to ad set level. 'Di ba? And then kunyari pupunta ako dito. Napapansin nyo, dito sa audience section, dati kasi nakalabas yung interest or demographics targeting. Pero mapapansin niyo naka-hide na po siya. Wala na po siya dito, oh. 'Di ba? Hindi mo na siya, nakikita mo dito, suggest an audience will reach people beyond these settings when it's likely to improve performance. Naka-hide na po siya. Unless otherwise, i-click mo tong show suggestions, tsaka mo lang itong makikitang detailed targeting. And then you put here, kunyari, travel. 'Di ba? Si Miss Christine, mahilig mag-travel. Ayan, frequent travelers, behavior, etc. Tsaka mo palang ilalagay yan. But this is gonna be removed soon. I have a very good feeling that sooner or later, this will be crossed out. Ibig sabihin, pag pumunta ka dito sa detailed targeting, wala ka nang makikitang detailed targeting dito. Naka-hide na po talaga siya, as in wala na. Now, if you are someone who joined this training because you want a detailed targeting or a tamang targeting, you're just wasting your time and money and effort. Okay? I'm gonna give you a campaign structure tomorrow kung paano nyo i-structure yung campaigns niya. And that's it. Very simple lang siya. Okay, so that's the context. And then if I'm gonna show my screen today, di ba? Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na ito yung audience size ninyo. Kunyari, di ba, if you put here, show suggestions, detailed targeting, and then I'm gonna put, let's say, travel. Diba? Frequent travelers, kunyari. Frequent travelers, makikita mo dito, according to Meta, the estimated audience size is about 55 million to 65 million estimated audience size. But the thing is, if you put a budget of about, let's say, 300 pesos, diba? If you put a budget of 300 pesos, I'm gonna use the ad set budget para mas mabilis. Diba? So, if I'm gonna use, yan, balitan natin 300 pesos. Diba? 300 pesos yung daily budget mo. And according to Meta, the estimated reach would only be 6,000 to 19,000 katao out of 55 million audience size. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na by the time na na-saturate mo na tong audience size na to, paikot-ikot na lang yung budget mo dito sa audience na to. Pag na-saturate mo yan, there's not gonna be more people who are going to ang tawag dito to inquire or to watch your videos because nga hanggang dito na lang yung budget mo na 300. So now, imagine if you're going to spend, let's say, 1,000 pesos. Tingnan nyo to, watch this carefully, no? Pag in-increase ko yung budget ko to 1,000 pesos, definitely the number of reach that I'm gonna hit is between 22 to 64,000 significantly. Ibig sabihin, nagdagdag siya. Dati siyang 6,000 lang, yung 6,000 to 19,000. And then if I'm gonna add 1,000 pesos, then I can be able to hit more than between 22 to 64,000. And then the estimated leads that I'm gonna be generating is between 41 to 117 number of leads. Does that make sense, guys? Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na um, low-hanging fruit na kapag na-saturate nyo na yun, nandoon na yun, tapos na yun. Okay, paikot-ikot na lang yung budget mo doon. Okay? So, let's have a Q&A. How much ang suggested amount per ad? Miss Joanne, depende kung magkano yung anong tawag dito, yung willing kang spend. Pero technically, you can spend about 500 pesos per day if you're just testing out. 500 pesos per day or 15,000 pesos per month. Okay, that's the minimum amount that you can spend kay Meta if you're just testing out. 500 pesos per day. Nalulungkot pa naman ako kapag konting views. Huwag kang malungkot, Miss May. Kasi unang-una, ano ba yung goal mo? 'Di ba magkaroon ng sales? 'Di ba? Well, the views will follow if your content is something that is anong tawag dito? Na talaga namang papanoorin nila, 'di ba? So mag-focus ka sa content mo, wag sa views kasi okay, ganito lang 'yun eh. Kung views pa lang hinahabol mo, bakit hindi ka na lang maggumawa ng mga kalokohan na videos, 'di ba? Kain ka ng pako, 'di ba? Kung views lang naman pala yung hinahanap mo, pero nagbebenta tayo eh, 'di ba? Kailangan natin ng benta. Kailangan natin ng conversions. I could care less if I only have 3,000 views, 5,000 views, if I have more than the conversions that I want. Well, the views, ang tawag ko dun vanity metrics. Okay, vanity metrics ang tawag ko dun kasi if the views would translate to conversions, that's the goal that I want. I don't need millions of views if I am not going to be able to convert them into peso. I hope you're getting my point, what I'm trying to explain. Kaya nga 'di ba, madali kasing madali kang panghinaan ng loob kapag ang views mo lang is 100, 200. Malay mo yung 200 na yung solid yun. 'Di ba? Malay mo kung yung 500 na views mo na yon, yung 500 views mo na yun may bumili lang sa yung 5. Tapos nagbebenta ka ng real estate property. Nagbebenta ka ng real estate, nagbebenta ka ng condo. Yung 100 views na yun, bumili sa iyo 5. Not bad. Meron kang 10 million views, wala namang bumili sa iyo. I'd rather have the 100 views or the 500 views. Nag-gets ba? Better ba stop yung ad tapos create na lang ng bago? Okay, that's a good question, Mrs. Isabel. Right now kasi, post Andromeda, ibig sabihin ng post Andromeda, after ng Andromeda update ng October, right now hindi na ako tumitingin sa ad. Hindi na ako tumitingin sa ad creative or dun sa cost per result ng ad creative. Tumitingin ako sa campaign and ad set level. Tinitingnan ko is cost per acquisition. Hindi ko na tinitingnan kung anong ad ang nagkakaroon ng views or nagkakaroon ng conversions. Okay? If I'm gonna give you an example, sa mismong campaign ko to, ipapakita ko mismo. Although naka-post na to kasi resume na to by January na. So ito kasi is ito yung campaign ko. Makikita mo dito. Makikita mo dito na merong mga ad na may 2 purchases, may 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Tapos 14 purchases, 8, 2, 2, 2, 20, etc. So, meron ditong ad na, let's say, ito, 4,000 views. 4,000 video views, 4,000 reach, I mean. Pero wala siyang benta. Di ba? Wala siyang benta. So, hindi ko na siya inaano, hindi ko na siya ini-stress yung sarili ko. Bakit kailangan ko bang patayin to? Hindi na. I keep it active. Bakit? Nagkakaroon siya ng magandang reach. And if I were to look at the CPM, yung cost per 1,000 impressions, okay naman siya. 265. Hindi naman, not bad. Di ba? 188. Yan. So, 175, 317. Kasi ito yung ano eh. Ito yung unang binabayaran mo eh. So, the moment na you have a much lower cost per 1,000 impressions, then you keep it active. And then, ang gagawin mo lang is mag-launch ka na lang na mag-launch ng ads. Ang kaya mong ilagay sa isang ad set would be 50 creatives. So, I have 43 creatives in one ad set. Ayan, sabay-sabay silang nagra-run. Ayan. So, naka-campaign off lang ako kasi nagmi-minimal budget ako by December. Ayan. I only have 100 pesos for this campaign. So, ayan o, 100 pesos lang yan. So, that's it. Hanggang December, hanggang January na yan. Ganyan lang siya. 100 pesos. Okay? So, ito lang kasi yung time or ito lang yung moment or month of the year na December na nagbabawas ako ng budget or nag-stop ako ng ads. Tapos by the January, tsaka ako maglo-launch ulit. Although may minimal budget naman ako nakaran, pero very, very minimal. Retargeting campaigns lang yung ginagawa ko. Does that make sense? Is it possible to check competitors' performance po, coach? Yes, doon sa Facebook Ads Library, makikita mo dun yon. Pero that is not a, that would be, hindi siya conclusive. Hindi siya conclusive, guys. Hindi siya conclusive yung makikita mong results sa Facebook Ad Library because hindi mo nakikita yung dashboard nila. Unless otherwise makita mo yung dashboard nila, conclusive yon, di ba? So, Joshua, I hope I was able to answer your question. Again, check mo yung competitors' performance mo via Facebook Ads Library. Makikita mo doon kung 3 months na nilang niraran tong ad na to, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. So that means kung ano yung ad na nag-work doon, so pwede mo siyang i-replicate or pwede mo siyang i-benchmark. But it doesn't mean na makikita mo yung whole performance ng ads, yung campaigns niya. Hindi mo makikita unless otherwise nakapasok ka dun sa ads manager nila. Grabe po, ang higpit po ng laban. Yes, Miss May Aquino. Ang labanan po ngayon is content creation. You need to be able to craft a compelling content or offer so that people will watch your content and then people will inquire. Pwede lang siguro makita yung running ads ng competitor including engagement. Yes, makikita mo lang yung competitor mo via Facebook Ad Library. Yes, because of Andromeda, Miss May. So coach, ang labanan is really in content creation to succeed in meta advertising. Yes, Miss Jessica. I'm not an affiliate of Real Talk Darbs, but if you really want to learn about content creation, I've attended his webinars and his master classes. Although hindi ako nag-upgrade doon sa kanilang mastermind doon sa face-to-face, but Real Talk Darbs or RTD has a very good framework. So I'm also using his framework, but I also have my own framework, no? Na sinusunod. So you can use his framework. Again, I'm not an affiliate. So I'm just recommending Real Talk Darbs because maganda rin naman yung kanyang maganda yung kanyang anong tawag dito, framework na ginagamit. Okay? Applicable din po, coach, ang custom audience tulad ng FB engagement. Ako hindi na, yung custom audience, yes. Pero yung LLA, hindi na ako nag-LLA masyado. Hindi ko na masyadong pinoproblema yung LLA kasi bakit? Yung broad open audience nga lang, hindi ko pa masaturate or hindi ko pa, kasi imagine mo, Sir Rodel, yung broad open audience, it would give you for about millions of people. And then you're spending about what? 2,000, 2,500 pesos per day, 10,000 pesos per day. Hindi mo na mauubos yun eh. Yung 55 million na yun. Hindi kaya ng budget mo yun eh. Tapos mag-ELLA ka pa. So, I'd rather focus on my ad creatives rather than figuring it out what combinations works best. You know what I mean? Like, ano na, parang gone are the days na naglo-launch pa ako ng LLA, ng lookalike to 1%, 2%, 3%. Hindi na. Hindi ko na ginagawa yun. Just keep it broad and then mag-iisip ako ng type of content that people will watch. What type of content that people will get interested in? What type of hook I'm gonna use so that people will watch my videos? Ganun ko lang siya iniisip. Sa inyo po, Coach, with your longest running ad, how much was your budget? Miss Sandra, well, that longest running ad has been into multiple campaigns already. But if I'm going to be transparent to each and every one of you guys, let's see. No, for the sake of answering the question of Miss Sandra, let's see kung magkano na ba yung nagastos ko in the last 4 years. Okay, I'm gonna be transparent. So I'm gonna go maximum. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to report, create new report. This is the amount that I've spent in the last 4 years. How much was it? So amount spent, that's 1.9 million 679 pesos and 77 cents. Okay. Ngayon, baka merong mga merong mga magsasabi, ang lit lang naman pala ng ng budget mo in the past 4 years, parang lumalagay. Anong tawag dito? Lumalagay kung 1.9 million. Teka lang. Ano ka muna to So, ibig sabihin kung 1.9 million, 1.980, 679, divided by 4 years, lumalagay pala 500,000 per year yung budget mo. For 500,000 divided by 12 months, para lumalagay 41,000 lang on the average yung budget ko na ini-spend. Okay? Baka merong anong tawag dito? May pilosopo na sasabihin, ako nag-spend ako ng ang average spend ko per month is 5 million. Kaya sa akin ka makinig kasi nag-spend ako ng 5 million per month. Okay, ganito yan. Hindi siya paramihan ng spend. Dapat ang goal, pababaan ng spend and pataasan ng return. Nagigets nyo ba, guys? Hindi ito flex ng ako, 10 million yung na-spend ko last year na spend. Talo ko yan sa Digital Homie kasi nag-spend lang siya ng ganito. Hindi ganun ang flex. Ang flex is bababa dapat yung spend mo tapos malaki dapat yung returns mo. Because that's the goal. You need to spend less and get a higher returns. Hindi mo pwedeng i-flex yung ang laki ng spend ko. Teka muna, anong returns mo? 'Di ba? Anong ROI mo? Anong ROAS mo? 'Di ba? Ganun 'yun. Across all industry regardless kung anong business model yung meron ka. Okay, dapat mas mababa yung spend mo, mas mataas yung returns mo. Dapat ganun 'yun. 'Di ba? May nagtanong sa akin sabi niya siguro coach million ka mag-spend per month. Hindi, mababa lang ako mag-spend. And I make it to the point na I'm getting the returns that I want. 'Di ba? And you'll notice you will find out guys on day 5 by Friday na I'm not getting ROI out of this 499. I'm just getting break even. Diba? I'm getting returns on the back end dun sa top tier offer ko. Okay, this is just my front or tinatawag kong foot in the door offer. I also have a high ticket offer na ina-offer on the back end. And I'm gonna explain it on day 5. So ganun siya. Okay, I hope I was able to answer your question, Sandra. Kaya matap ang and sadyain na itap the competitor's audience. Is there a way? No. You can only itatap mo yung competitor's audience. Well, there might be some dark hacks to do it, but aanhin mo yung hack na yon kung yung ads mo nga na-outbid ka ng competitors mo. 'Di ba? O sige, ipagpalagay na natin, Miss Christine, na there's a way. Okay? Kunyari, may nagsabi na there's a way to hack your competitors' audience. O sige, pagpalagay na natin na ganun nga. Pero pagdating sa auction, talo ka pa rin ng competitor mo. Paano 'yun? Competitor mo pa rin yung pinapanood nung competitor na ads. Yung ads ng competitor mo, yung pinapanood nung target audience mo instead na sa'yo. Despite the fact na nagkaroon ka ng na-tap mo yung audience ng competitor mo, despite the fact na na-tap mo yung audience ng competitor mo. Pero yung competitor mo pa rin yung nagkakaroon ng conversions. So useless. Nagets nyo ba? Useless yung ano mo, yung nahack mo nga yung audience niya, nahack mo yung mga ano, pero wala kang conversions. Yung audience mo, yung competitor mo pa rin yung may conversions. So it doesn't make sense. Nakita ko po, coach, parang ads niyo yung 5 pesos sa ads yata, if I remember. Di na po ba ito applicable? 5 pesos siguro yung cost per result, pero yung cost per yung cost per result siguro, Miss May. Pero yung framework ko na 100 pesos Facebook ad strategy, na ni-retire ko na po yun. Wala na po yun. Hindi na po siya applicable sa bagong Meta Andromeda. So meaning, coach, kung nasa marketing business ako, dapat creative ako sa videos na i-upload ko kahit 200 to 300 lang ads budget. Yes. Jovelyn. Sa creatives ka mag-focus. Ang tawag doon, creative targeting. Wala na po yung interest and demographics targeting. Ang tawag na po dito is creative targeting. Panoorin niyo yung Meta Andromeda videos na ginawa ko sa YouTube. Nandun po yung explanation. Libre yun. Mahal po, 75,000 house creative. Well, it's your prerogative naman. It's your investment naman. So walang problema. Okay? It's up to you. If you want to spend that amount, but yung kanyang first year na offer naman, you'll get a lot naman. You'll get a lot of value naman sa kanyang seminars. Okay? Coach, until now, boosting ads lang ako. And fully dahil dito makapag-run ads ako. Yeah, just follow the steps yung ginawa natin on day 1. And then on day 3, tomorrow, we're gonna create an ad from scratch. So makatulong ko din dati diyan sa LLA. Wag mo na siyang stressan masyado, Sir Rodel, yung sarili mo sa LLA. Hindi na ako gumagamit ng LLA actually. Wala na akong ginagamit na LLA. Ilan po yung converted sales ng 25M? Yung alin to? 25M yung spend ko ba, Miss Isabel? Hindi ko gets. Pataasan ng ROAS ang laban, yes. 'Di ba? Hindi siya pataasan ng budget, 'di ba? Hindi siya pataasan ng budget, pataasan ng ROAS, pataasan ng ROI. Ang goal is dapat pababaan ng budget. Kasi I'll give you a very good story. A very good comparison. I have a client. We are an e-commerce. They are an e-commerce business. We've spent for about 10 million pesos per month. Okay? 10 million pesos per month. But hindi kami profitable. Okay? Hindi kami profitable. Halos nag-break even lang kami. Pero imagine mo, 10 million per month na yung budget namin. Pero, ito kapapost ko lang kanina umaga, meron akong client. 22,000 pesos lang, yun naubos namin from December 1 to December 15. Okay, December 1 hanggang kahapon. Kinuha ko yung date range. But we were able to sell 890,000 pesos out of it. So imagine mo, 40x ROAS yun. 890,000 divided by 22,000, that's 40x ROAS. Paano nangyari yun? It's because of the average order value per customer. Nagmamatter po kasi yun. Kapag ang average order value mo maliit, then definitely you need more customers so that you can be able to get the number of sales that you want. But if you have an average order value of ito, I'll give you the para at least makita ninyo. Pinost ko to kanina umaga sa Facebook eh. So ito siya. Kapopost ko lang kanina. Ito. If you follow me on Facebook, sabi ko dito, 40x ROAS with only 22,000 total ad spend from December 1 to December 15. The average order value per customer is about 80,000 pesos. So we only need 12 customers para umabot ng 40x ROAS. Now, if you're into e-commerce and you're selling 1,500 peso product, you need 594 customers in order to hit 890,000 pesos in sales. You see the difference? We only need 12 customers, while you, on the other hand, need 594 customers in order to hit that number. So, ganun po siya. So, nagmamatter po yung average order value na tinatawag. Okay? So, yun po yung ibig ko sabihin na dun sa context. Dami nag-close na down na business dahil hindi alam ito. Yes. Meron po, Miss May, na-send na po namin sa email. You just need to check your inbox. Kung wala po sa primary inbox, baka nandun po sa spam folder, baka doon pumasok. Ako nga po, as in walang ginagawa, starting from scratch, I don't know how to boost run ads, pero na-excite ako dahil sa course na thank you. Di ba? High ticket po kasi siya, Sir Rodel. Isipin mo, yung binibenta namin is pang ano siya, pang mga mayayaman talaga. Yung mga pangkaraniwan tao hindi bibili nun. I'll give you an idea. Sona yung binibenta namin. Sona tsaka cold plunge. So the average order value is somewhere, actually mababa pa yung 80,000 na yun eh. Nasa 100 plus. Yung in average ko lang, dinivide ko lang yung number of customers acquired. So ang pinakamababang pricing nung is about 90,000 if I'm mistaken, something like that. So may kinalaman po sa average order value. So you need only few customers to buy from you to get that number of sales. As compared to mababa yung average order value mo, you need more customers para magkaroon ka ng mas madaming sales. Parang ako, kailangan ko ng maraming enrollees para yung high chance of me getting clients would also be higher, 'di ba? So yun po yung yun yung business model ko. More on a client acquisition din ako kasi I own a digital marketing agency and this is just one way of getting clients. Ito yung foot in the door offer ko, or yung tinatawag na 3-part offer, so that people would come in, join my live training session, and then if anyone wants to avail my services to run ads for them for their business, then basically this is the avenue for me to pitch my high tier my next offer or yung high ticket offer ko. That would give me a cash flow moving forward. So you have to think about something if you're into resort business or any business that you have. you need a tripwire offer na tinatawag. Yung tinatawag na foot in the door. Parang ganito yan. You get a piece of my cake, and if you like my cake, I'll give you the whole cake. I'll give you the whole cake. Parang ganun. So parang, pag pumunta ka ng store, pag pumunta ka ng SM, sir, ma'am, pag pumunta ka ng SNR, di ba? Ma'am, free taste po. Di ba? So yung tinatawag na foot in the door. Free taste. So itong ginawa ko sa inyo, ito yung free taste. Nagets nyo ba? Kaya may nagtanong kahapon, Coach, bakit yung offer, bakit yung course niyo is sobrang mura, 499? Because this is my what? Foot in the door offer or tripwire offer na tinatawag. Free, halos free taste lang siya. Kasi kung tutuusin, wala naman akong kita dito, break even ako dito or kahit pa paano abonado pa ako ng konti. Or basta I'm happy na ako pa nag-break even ako, okay na ako doon. Nagigets nyo ba guys? Itong strategy na to, ginagamit ito ng halos lahat ng businesses. Getting leads, exactly. Getting leads, getting people to know your business, getting people to know more about you, know more about your business. Alam nyo ba guys, yung Amazon, nung nag-start sila, hindi naman sila profitable. Palawal lahat sila, puro sila palawal sa marketing, client acquisition sila, customer acquisition sila. Hindi sila profitable at the beginning. Diba? Kaya lang, most people most businesses would think of something like, hindi, kailangan maging profitable tayo, otherwise mauubos tayo. Well, totoo naman yun. Kaya nga, syempre, kailangan mong an offer that would give you a break-even ROAS. And ituturo ko po sa inyo yan on day 5. Yun. So, maraming salamat guys for joining tonight. I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. And I'll be sending the replay just shortly. Just give me a couple of minutes to render the video. And then, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna be, anong tawag dito? We're gonna continue our lesson. We're gonna set up the campaign from scratch. Maraming salamat guys. I'll see you. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.